Jamestown City Planning Commission to order. Mr. Thomas, would you please read the notice?
Yes, thank you. Notice of public hearing of the Planning Commission. Please take notice that a public hearing of the Jamestown Planning Commission will be held at 6 p.m. Tuesday, October 9th, 2018 in the Council Chambers, Municipal Building, 200 East 3rd Street, Jamestown, New York, pursuant to Jamestown City Code, Section 300-0911, regarding the site plan for the Gateway Lofts project located at 31 Water Street, Jamestown, New York, 14701.
Thank you. So I first want to just welcome all of you for taking up one of the most beautiful evenings we've had in a long time. I appreciate your interest in the city and your interest in the project. Before we do anything else, in case you don't know who's on the Planning Commission and who's on the staff, I'm going to just mention their names so you know who's who. On the commission, to my left is Jeff Lehman, Regina Brackman, Jeffrey Nelson, and Councilman Nelson is the liaison from the City Council to the Planning Commission. Todd Thomas is clerk, and what else I did? I forget. Clerk's good. Okay, and on my right on the commission is John Mancuso. Crystal, what's your official title?
Principal planner.
And I'm still struggling with Crystal's last name. Surdick, right? That's not hard. And then Paul Whitford, who's a member of the commission, and then last but certainly not least, Bill Rice. And are you senior planner? You'll get me nervous. So, just some of the rules. We're here tonight to take your comments on the proposed project. In a moment, I will ask our presenters to explain the project to you, to us. Some of you may have heard it before, but it's certainly worth repeating. Once we finish that part, I would ask that if you have comments about the project, you would go up to the microphone. And this also goes for the presenters. We need your name, your residential address, and who you might be representing. If you're here as an interested citizen, you don't have to be representing anybody, but can if you choose to. Also, in the interest of time, so that we don't have to be here all night and we get to hear everyone, I'm going to limit you to 3 to 5 minutes. And what I would ask you to do is comment on the project. We're not here to talk about the city budget. We're not here to talk about other things in the city that are of importance. We're here specifically about the Gateway Lofts project. So if you go off on a tangent, I'm likely to interrupt you and ask you to return to the subject. Also, if you're going to ask a question, direct the question to me as chairman, and I will record the questions, and seeing how much time we have at the end, I may present the questions to our presenters. But again, please limit your comments to the project. So I think that covers everything. I think I missed anything. So I would invite those of you who are presenting, again, to state your name, your residential address, who you might be representing, and I assume all three of you are going to present on the project, or great, well, we look forward to hearing it.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'll kick it off. My name is Steve Ricca. My residential address is 504 West Delaware Avenue in Buffalo, New York. I'm an attorney at the firm of Bond, Shenk and King, and I'm here on behalf of the site plan applicant, Southern Tier Environments for Living. As you know, this site plan concerns proposed adaptive reuse of the Chautauqua Hardware Building at 31 Water Street. The project initially was spearheaded by the local organization Community Helping Hands. And Community Helping Hands is working in collaboration with STEL, the YWCA, St. Susan's, and numerous other local community groups to advance this project. As our application materials, I think, demonstrate, the project will provide critically needed quality, affordable housing and social services for the city of Jamestown. I don't want to take up time this evening to get into detail as to why we believe that. I've handed each of you a letter that I think confirms and reiterates statements to that effect that we made in previous submissions, and the conclusions are based upon studies and plans and documents documents posted on the City of Jamestown's website, and I invite you to look at those letters later at your leisure. Not only will this project provide much needed affordable housing and social services, it also represents a significant investment in the city's economic renaissance. As we've stated on prior occasions, the project will preserve and beautify an important historical building. The Gateway Center is already a beautiful building, but it can be vastly improved with renovation and enhancements to the building exterior and the interior. The project entails replacing what is now an incredibly dilapidated parking lot and will beautify the site with additional green space and an extension of the city's important Riverwalk at no cost to the city of Jamestown. The project also entails a brownfield cleanup of the site. There's legacy contamination there from former manufacturing activities, and again, this will occur without any cost to the city of Jamestown. The site, which is depicted in this aerial map over here, may be difficult to see, is situated next to the Chattaquay River and is surrounded by manufacturing uses in what is a manufacturing zoning district. There are healthcare organizations in very close proximity and other support services. I won't go into detail as to what those are, but suffice it to say, this is a very carefully selected site location. As reflected, as I just mentioned, this purple area on the zoning map, and this location here reflects the location of the Gateway Center. I'm sorry, I can't do better with the visual aids. As I said, I don't want to take a lot of time speaking because I want to leave sufficient time for public comment, but I would like to reiterate that not only is the site important to the purpose and intent of the project, it's also fully consistent with the comprehensive plan of the City of Jamestown and subsequent planning documents issued by the City of Jamestown with respect to this particular site in particular. I've gone into fairly significant detail in the letter before you. The whole point of leveraging all of the community organizations and resources is to be efficient and make the best use of taxpayer dollars, which in this case would be limited to state and federal dollars, and to frankly leverage centers of critical mass as is encouraged in the 1998 City Comprehensive Plan. The City of Jamestown has issued a number of planning documents. A couple of them stand out in particular as reinforcing the idea that this is an appropriate place for this particular project. One example is the draft local waterfront revitalization plan. In the handouts that I provided to you in exhibits A and B, you'll see a map depicting this particular area that's falling within a proposed medical corridor development area. In addition, exhibit C likewise shows their area as being well suited for a health and wellness district. We respectfully submit that that's exactly what we're proposing to do. We're proposing to add to the critical mass at this location to make that type of use of this property at this location a reality. We've had, as you know, productive meetings with the Jamestown Strategic Planning and Partnership Commission on August 16th, as well as the Jamestown Planning Commission on September 18th. During both of those meetings, we listened very carefully to the concerns of those bodies. And since September 18th, my client Stell has diligently pursued the rights to acquire property to the east of the site in order that we can respond to the concerns that you raised about parking, about playground space, about fencing near the river to ensure the safety of children, about snow storage, about driveways. I'm happy to say that yesterday we succeeded in securing rights to 2 parcels to the east of the site. And what I'd like to do now is to turn over the presentation to Jessica Boudreau from GPI, our engineer, so that she can show you the site plan that we started out with and 2 alternative site plans that we'd like to submit for your consideration, both of which are intended to respond to concerns you've raised, both of which were only possible to present to you today because of the acquisition of property rights yesterday. So in other words, we listened, we responded, and we'd like to show you what we came up with. Let's go.